Turismo Online League, it is time to make GTO history and run the longest race that we have ever ran for the league. The hour of Le Mans. Gonna be a long race here tonight, a fun endurance race with these grade 1 prototypes, and we got a stacked field ready to go at it for yet another race in the GTO Champion Series. Another week, David Tucker is your current points leader, so will the points be shaken up here tonight? Who will survive this 1 hour endurance race? We got a lot to cover. Let's take a look at the starting lineup from tonight's event. Qualifying had just finished a little bit ago. If you take a look at the right hand side of your screen, Colin McKevitt will start off on the pole. He's going to get that 1 bonus point. Isaiah Smith will start P2. P3 will be Dante Corrado. P4, Javen Tucker. P5, Cross Alberti. P6 will be Board Wharton. P7 will be Jack McKevitt. P8, Gavin Morrison. P9, David Pinkston Jr. And P10 will be Ike Klockman. So it's going to be a fun race here tonight. Got a lot to uncover, a lot of strategy to go through. Let's just quick chat with tonight's pole sitter really quick and see how he's feeling going into tonight's event, if we can find him. What's up, Colin? Rolling off P1 here tonight. Got that 1 bonus point for winning the qualifier race. So how you feeling going into this hour-long race?
Very good.
And that's good. Congratulations on the pole. And that's going to be it for driver interviews. Let's head trackside and get this thing going. 1 hour to determine the winner here tonight. What strategy will come out on top? Who will survive the ever-changing track conditions? Who will live up to the challenge to win at Le Mans? In one of the biggest race in all of GTO. Who will be the first winner of an hour-long endurance? Colin McKevitt, Isaiah Smith, Dante Corrado, Javen Tucker, your top 4. The crowd on their feet, the lights are about to go out, and we are racing! The hour of Le Mans for the GTO League is underway! The pack roars to life, heading down to the corner. 3 wide already in the middle of the pack. Here they come to the first sets. Already speeds over 150 miles an hour. Oh, a massive shove! Lots of cars bumping and banging already into the corner. Heavy damage for a lot of drivers. Colin McKevitt able to slip out front. Here comes Cross Alberti, Dante Corrado, and Isaiah Smith in P4. Magic Slinky already going wide off of the racetrack. He's already having some issues tonight. Has already had some technical difficulties. Will he be able to overcome those? Colin McKevitt out front right now. Dante Corrado, P2, P3, Isaiah Smith. Look at this. The pack roars to life down the front stretch as they approach speeds of upwards of 200 miles an hour. Then they're going to come into this heavy braking zone here. The first chicane on the back straightaway as the drivers make quick work of it. A lot of guys taking a little bit of a tight line there. If you take too much of it, you can get a penalty, so you better watch out for that. Good battle here. Back here for 5th, the 6th on back. Javen Tucker did not have a good start there. It looked like he had some contact, some heavy contact, and that first set of turns, that set him back to P7. Tucker, your current points leader. Ooh, Jack McKevitt slipping and sliding off of the corner there, trying to get the power down off of the corner. A train of cars forming up. Cross is going to duck to the inside of one of the McKevitt brothers. Isaiah Smith going to try to defend a little bit here. What will Cross do? Here he comes to the inside. As Isaiah Smith heads to the inside of Dante Corrado, they made a little contact there. Colin McKevitt out to a pretty comfortable lead so far. Side by side for P2 now. Jack McKevitt still fighting Cross. Dante Corrado trying to make a move there on Cross. Ooh, a lot of guys slipping and sliding there off the Indy corner. Now this tight right-hander, will everyone make it through tidy? Some contact was made. Everyone makes it through there pretty solid. As Colin McKevitt is steady pulling away due to the amount of how hard these guys are fighting now. Oh, way off the racetrack. Jack McKevitt went all the way into the sand pit. That is not good at all for him. He was up toward the front. I guess got shoved out of line and missed the corner. Got a lot of left front damage to that vehicle. That's not good at all for him. Colin McKevitt's still steady, pulling away. But man, we have got a battle here. Tucker made his way back up in the top 5. 3 cars nose to tail. Someone in the gravel trying to get the power down. Tucker to the inside for 4th. Now may make a move for 3rd if he can get a big enough run. 4 or 5 cars in a train as they head down to turn 1. The sun's starting this. Oh, someone goes around. Who was it that got shoved out of line? I believe it was Isaiah Smith. Got punted into the first set of turns. That is not good at all for him. And whoever did that should be really upset with themselves right now. As the sun is starting to duck over the trees and the sun will go down, the track will cool off and we will enter nighttime here in Le Mans. Now last week's race was the Alpine A110s at Brands Hatch. Magic Slinky ended up coming home with the victory in that one. An underdog win for him. Can he do it again here tonight? Currently sits P4. He's got a pretty good shot at it if he can hang on and not have any technical difficulties as he lags his way past for P3. Nose to tail now for the 3rd place spot. They come through that second chicane on the back straightaway. A lot of guys nose to tail now, still making moves as they can. Here comes Gavin Morrison making a move on David Pinkston Jr. for that 6th place spot. He's able to clear him off of the corner. Couple guys not with us here tonight. Keep an eye toward the front. Jack McKevitt, or Colin McKevitt, has lost a little bit of time to Cross in 2nd place. Cross currently sits P2 in the point standings. A good finish here tonight and a finish ahead of Javen Tucker might get him the points lead if Tucker gets stuck back there mid-pack, but we still have a long ways to go, a very, very long ways to go. Side by side now for P4. Javen Tucker making his way up through the field. 2 wide still. Tucker trying to make a move. David Pinkston up into the top 5 now. You saw him battling back there just in the latter half of the top 10. Now he's inside the top 5. 4-car battle here for P4. What a battle going on right now. The field's starting to stretch out. The sun has gone down. The track will start to cool off and the lights will come on. We're going to go night racing here at Le Mans. Nights are long here in Le Mans. So who will be able to brave it well? Will there be any changes in the weather come nighttime as the stars are coming out to shine both on the track and in the sky? Colin McKevitt still able to hang on to 2.8 second lead. Across 2.8 seconds back from the leader. And then Magic Slinky 2.8 seconds back from that. David Pinkston Jr. starting to gain some time on Slinky for that P3 spot. Gavin Morrison making a move here for that P7 spot. He has just cleared Jack McKevitt. They come into the first set of S's here. As Board Wharton took a little bit too much apron there. We'll keep an eye on that. Back to the front. Ooh, something's happened to Colin McKevitt. Cross has caught him. Under 4/10 now, but separate the first two. Cross is going to be able to get a good draft down this straightaway. Will he have enough to be able to make a move here as we take a gander through the windshield of the second place car of Cross? Cross is going to dive it deep into the chicane, not quite able to get there. What a sight. The stars twinkling overhead. A beautiful, beautiful sight to see here on the racetrack. Cross still within reach of the leader. Pelmikin was able to stretch out just a little bit more there. Tucker's still trying to battle for that P4 spot. He's nose to tail with David Pinkston Jr. as they head down the straightaway. Monte Corrado and Gavin Morrison going at it back here. Cross does currently have the fastest lap. There's a pass here for P4. Gavin Morrison back there. Oh, David Pinkston misses the corner. He was straight off of the racetrack into the sand, but he's going to lose a lot of time and go from fighting for on the podium to outside of the top 5. That's going to move Javen Tucker up, Gavin Morrison up, and Jack McKevitt up. Now, if any of y'all have actually watched the real world 24 Hour of Le Mans, everyone knows that the nighttime broadcast is always where it gets pretty funny. Some interesting things are said and happen on that broadcast. Mostly spread out now throughout the pack. Will strategy come into play? Got a battle here for P9 between Isaiah Smith and Bord Wurton and the Caterpillar skid steer machine. Colin McKevitt has stretched his lead back out to 2 seconds. And Cross now has a mirror full of who he is fighting for the points lead. Javen Tucker has now moved his way up to P3 after an early race incident. With some contact there to the back of the Cross. Tucker really wants to get past here. There's a look from the back bumper of Cross. Looking back at Javen Tucker there. Cross got a really good run on the straightaway though. So I'm not sure that Tucker's going to be able to make a move here on this straightaway at least. Looks like he's going to have to build up some more momentum and go at it again. Tucker now holds the fastest lap. If he can get it done, then that would get him a bonus point. Now, due to the length of this race, we will have to split this broadcast in half. But we will be right back with you after a slight break at the halfway point. Colin McKevitt up front, P2, Cross McKevitt. I'm getting a message from one of the drivers. Let's see what all this is about. I think he should... Hopefully he can stick it out. We'll see what happens, though. Dante Corrado actually might join the commentary booth. We'll leave that up to him. Colin McKevitt's still in P1, but Javen Tucker has cleared Cross for that P2 spot and brought Gavin Morrison along with him. But Cross says not so fast. Cross back down to the inside. They head into Indy, I believe. No, this is after Indy, sorry. The Ferrari turns. Snake winds its way through the sweeping corners. Still just got about a half a tank left. Still a lot of racing here to go. Tucker all over the rear end of that machine trying to find a hole to get through. Dante Corrado has taken his vehicle on the pit lane. "14 minutes in, still a long way to go." Colin McKevitt has gotten out to a 3.5 second lead now, gaining some. Gavin Morrison up to P2. He's pushing his way toward the front. Cross and then Javen Tucker for P4. As Javen Tucker just got passed by Jack McKevitt for that 4th place spot. Ooh, almost a little contact there. What an aggressive move by Jack McKevitt, able to make it work though. It's got Morrison's got to run off the corner. He's going to be side by side for that P2 spot. Couple guys, I believe, should have just pitted. Dante Corrado, if he chooses to retire from the race, he will most likely join the commentary booth. Four-second advantage now for Colin McKevitt. He is scooting away. As we got a 4-car battle now for P2. Gavin Morrison puts the pressure on, and he's going to head ahead of Cross for that P2 spot. Side by side still for P2. And I think Isaiah Clockman has had some more technical issues. Still side by side, trying to battle it out. It opens the door for a lot of guys behind him. Ooh, some contact there off of the corner. Gavin Morrison to the inside. Morrison trying to make a move. These guys' tires are starting to get pretty worn. A couple of these guys driving hybrids, so they got a little power assist, a little push to pass. Some of these guys aren't. So it's interesting to see how the different cars play advantages and disadvantages to each driver. This Cross is taking back P2. Still a lot of racing left to go. Ooh, Dante Corrado hard into the wall. I believe that's going to end his day, if I'm not mistaken. Javen Tucker still holds the fastest lap up to this point, as they are still swapping spots for P2. Gav Morrison and Cross going back and forth and back and forth. Ooh, some contact there. That's going to add some rear end damage, as I believe Dante Corrado is joined the booth. And hopefully his voice is shared now so we can hear him. Oh, what's up, Dante? I believe, let's see if Dante is there. He should be unmuted. And Colin McKevitt P1, P2. Still a battle going on. Big battle for P3 now. Jack McKevitt, David Pinkston Jr. Pinkston Jr. was back there in the back of the pack. Has struggled his way toward the front, as Tucker has lost a lot of time on these guys in front of him. And Dante Corrado has joined the booth now officially, so I believe you are here.
On, Miles?
All right, so it's your first time in the booth, and I believe the first time you've actually shared your voice. So that's going to be great for all of the GTO fans to hear the voice of their favorite driver, or least favorite driver, for the first time. But this has been a heck of a battle so far through a lot of the pack. Still a lot of shuttling positions, but man, Colin McKevitt has just been the class of the field for the first little bit of this thing.
He has, and when I was out there, we had some problems with the car there. The fuel was not picking up. Real shame. Boys brought a fast one, but we just, we missed it this week, but I'm glad to be in the booth. I do know my teammate Javen, he's pretty quick. He's just been getting kind of stuck behind some cars here. I think he can make his way to the front. Only 2 choking hazard cars this weekend, so I'm hoping he can get the job done. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, they're still racing really hard for that P2 spot. That's been allowing Colin McKevitt, just to sail away from the rest of the pack. A 3-car battle now. All of them within a couple tenths of each other, nose to tail, pushing and shoving, as Javen Tucker is starting to fall back a little bit in that P5 spot.
Yeah, I kind of feel like these guys need to work together to catch Colin. He's, I think, been pulling away even more now. I think the last time I checked it was about at 6 seconds once we retired here. But he is just running a great race right now. And I don't know, these guys are going to have to probably start trying to pass each other if they want to catch him.
The David Pinkston Jr., he started way back in the back. He did have some technical issues there during qualifying, but we've seen a lot of comers and goers so far, other than the leader. Colin McKevitt has stayed the same throughout the race, but we've seen a lot of guys, make their way up onto the podium, then fall back and do the opposite. So it's really interesting to see how the strategy will play out for these guys to try to get some track position toward the end of this thing.
For sure, and I'm kind of hoping for a little bit of rain. I want to see some more action, and I think that'll definitely sprinkle a little bit of extra strategy into this one. I think we're coming up on morning time here.
Yeah, the sun is starting to rise. That's going to change the track temp. Going to make the track a little hot and greasy. See, when those track temperatures go up, it makes it slick. Make those tires get a little less grip, so we may see some more slipping and sliding, especially as these tires start to wear, as these guys have actually been able to make it throughout the entire night time on a single set. Ooh, Cross way off the racetrack, able to save it.
I think Isaiah Smitty is into the pits. I think he had a 3rd lap collision there. He was running a pretty good race, but just really unfortunate. It was like a 4-car incident there. Everyone just kind of stacked up. I hate to see the driver of the day having a tough one. I think he definitely shown some improvement. I think, he was up in P3 there. I think we got to be pretty happy with that performance, even though they might not get the result.
Yeah, no matter how he finishes here today, he will continue his streak for the longest active streak of Driver of the Day awards. I believe he's at 35 now. So
that's true, and I mean that's pretty much the most prestigious award I think a driver can get as well, and I think it's good to showcase that, and I don't think there's another driver more deserving than that right there, than Isaiah Smitty, as we watch him fill up with the gas there and get this thing back out. I think he's going to be able to finish this at least. I think he went with the soft tires there.
Yeah, Racing Soft's going to try to gain some time. That should technically be able to help him. It's going to be interesting to see how the tire fall off affects him. Of course, the clouds are starting to roll in a little bit, so if we have some weather coming up soon, this could play right into Zay's hands if he can gain some time before pit cycles start. I believe Javen Tucker is falling into the clutches of Gavin Morrison for that P5 spot. Tucker, man, he made a huge push to the front. Now starting to fall back a little bit.
It's hard to not think that the Peugeot there, I think that might have been the right car to go with. Seems the top four all in the same. Javen and Gavin's cars are pretty good too. I think they're just a little worse. Gavin's car takes off very well when they come off the corners. It's just the straight line speed kind of. This is just not there. I think the FAP was definitely the way to go here.
Yeah, we take a look. Javen Tucker does currently still hold the fastest lap, but if you take a look at his last couple lap times, the lap before this past lap absolutely killed him. He was over 10 seconds slower that lap than his last couple laps and fastest lap. So not much consistency through him. But if you take a look at the leader's been within a second or two of his best lap. Pretty much.
Yeah, he's up to 8 seconds now on his brother behind him, and I don't know, Colin is just running a perfect race right now. I think it's going to be really hard to beat him. I think he's going to have to make a huge mistake or some bad luck, like the weather, come in and maybe get like a bad pit stop, something like that. But I think if he just keeps it on the road there, I think he's the class of the field right now. I think E3 has died into the pits here. And
he's
so
going to bring another one. But this could be a really good points day for a lot of guys. Javen Tucker has pretty much been on top of the throne for points for the entire season ever since the Daytona 50.0. And a lot of these guys, they need a good points day. They need to finish ahead of Javen Tucker to gain some points on that lead to give themselves a shot at the end of the season, since we're now, in the midway point of the season. So this could be a really good points day if Javen Tucker stays there in the middle of the pack.
Yeah, absolutely, and Javen has definitely kind of been the class of the field for the last 2 seasons too. They've been really fast race cars every weekend, and he just always seems to be up at the front at the end of these things. I wouldn't count him out just yet. I think that car definitely has some good field mileage. I think Javen's always got something up his sleeve. I think he'll be able to figure something out here. But right now, I do have my money on Colin. I think, again, like I said, he has ran a fantastic race, and it's going to be really hard to beat him.
Yeah, so 8.3 seconds of an advantage. Last 2 laps were 3:31s. The second place was over a second slower his last 2 laps, so man, he has been putting some laps together. But they are going to have the pit soon, so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Some haze starting to settle in over the racetrack. Always changing conditions here at Le Mans.
I wouldn't count E3 out either. He always he definitely finds a way. There's a guy that does find a way to be at the front of the end of these things, 60 with strategy. E3 is probably the best at it. I wouldn't count him out at all. I feel like he gets better through the race, and I think he's gonna start really putting some fast laps down here. So it's definitely gonna be interesting to see what happens at the end of this. See if anyone gets better. See if anyone figures out a better line or something like that. And someone's better on worn tires as compared to newer tires, and we'll see who can manage that the best.
Now everyone pretty much in the field, minus 2 or 3 cars, have been on the podium at some point. So we've had a lot of guys come and go throughout the field, and that may not be easy to do here, but if they could do it once, they might be able to do it again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Colin McKevitt has lost some time and still losing a little bit of time. Might be trying to nurse that thing back to pit road. He's running dangerously low on gas.
And he definitely has the gap there. Just kind of let up and take his time. Don't want to. If the tires are also worn, don't want to make a mistake. These corners are really fast. One little slip up, and these cars aren't the most stable. So I can definitely understand if he's just kind of nursing this one around. Get back to the pits, get some tires on, and I think he should be good to go here.
Well, all these guys might be trying to stay on track as long because you don't know what the weather's going to do here. If you pit one lap and it starts to rain the next lap, then your entire strategy had just been turned on its head. So you really got to wait these things out, see how the race plays out as both the McKevitt boys bring her down pit lane.
Teammates coming in. It seems like, again, both the McKevitts have just absolutely kind of ran away with this. They have been doing a great job. And I think this track suits their driving style really well, and I think it's definitely showing right now.
Javen Tucker will cycle out into the lead. Gavin Morrison is going to come down pit road as well.
I believe that's everyone into the pits except Javen. I'm not sure if the 22 car pitted yet. I don't know if he is trying to save fuel. I did not catch any pit stops by him.
Yeah, he is pitted, I believe. He's on racing softs at the moment, but his rears are about gone, so he's hanging on for dear life at the moment. Take a look overhead. The clouds are starting to gather. I don't know if you can check the radar real quick and see if there's anything around the racetrack.
Can see if I can check that, if I have that data. For me, it's saying it's still clear for 50 miles out.
So good, still dry track for now, but I wouldn't be surprised to see some weather activity coming later in this thing. And let's see if everyone can stop Javen Tucker from leading this thing, as he had a 35-second advantage. That just shows you how much of an advantage or disadvantage that your pit strategy can play in this thing, because it took over 30 seconds for the McKevitt boys to head down pit lane.
Right, and I'm starting to kind of think we're actually just hitting halfway right now. I think Javen is probably trying to one-stop this. I think he thinks that's his best chance of winning, and I mean, if he can get this around here, and I mean, we're past halfway now. If he can get that back to the pits, and not entirely sure what he's running on fuel right now, but if he can one-stop this and everyone else pitted before halfway, I think other people are going to have to maybe do a little bit of fuel saving if they really want to beat Javen, because I don't know if he's not like too far off of the leaders through these pit cycles. So if anyone wants to win, Javen might have the best strategy here if he's able to bring this home on a one stop.
It'll be interesting to see how it all plays out, but since it's the halfway point, we are actually going to go ahead and step aside for a little break. We'll be back with the second half of this broadcast here in just a few minutes. So we just want to thank you for watching the first half, and don't forget to check out the second half. We will be right back with you.